would like to host the next edition of Survival in the Namibian Desert.
Deserts are a widely spread biome. They are found on every continent except for Europe and Antarctica.
The Namibian desert has a coastline that will supply our contestants with a usable water source and is home to many species of interesting wildlife.
The desert, too, also contains many unique species of plants and animals. The harsh desert terrain will prove many challenges for our contestants to face, which will make it a good place to host the next episode of Survivor.
The contestants will arrive on the Namibian shoreline by boat.
The average precipitation in the Namibian desert is usually 0.5 inches along the coast and 2 inches near inland. The average temperature between winter and summer is usually around 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and summer temperatures usually range around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. These umbrella thorn acacia trees can be found in many deserts, including the Namib Desert. They have distinct leaves, thorns, and pods. Their bark and leaves can be used for many things, like furniture, fence posts, and firewood. Besides what it produces, this tree is an incredible plant because it is able to withstand the desert's heat and continue to thrive in the Namib Desert.
The half-moon's plant is an extremely popular plant because of its strange shape, which almost looks alien. It is an extremely old plant dating back to prehistoric times, and it sure looks like it does too. These plants are extremely slow-growing, gaining only 1 centimeter in height per year. They live to become extremely old, though, most half-moon's plants dating well past 100 years. The reason you don't see it around North America is because import and export of this plant is illegal.
The well-wisher is a desert plant that is in the genus of gymnosperm plants. They have large, thick, woody stems that usually grow to be 1 to 4 feet tall. They grow to only have 2 leaves, but due to many environmental factors, they tear into numerous parts. It's a dioecious perennial plant that lived about 15,000 years ago, but is still going strong in the 21st century.
The Cladoapis is a short, soft, thin grass that will stay green for the summer months and then dry up into a soft pale gray color. It is most commonly found in the open plains of the Namib Desert. This grass is referred to as the ostrich grass because it is an abundant food supply that the ostrich like to graze on. The brown hyena is a unique animal that ventures further into the desert than any other species of hyena. There is a hierarchy in each clan which is maintained by ritualized forms of aggression, such as neck biting. Their diet mostly consists of carrion, but they also hunt fish, birds, and insects. They also supplement their diet with fruit, vegetables, and eggs. Unfortunately, these animals do not have a breeding season, and breeding with the clan is unsynchronized. And when the cubs reach 3 months old, they begin to eat solid food, and their mother moves them in the communal den. In the den, the cubs can receive food from any mother in the den. When the cubs reach 2 to 3 years old, males usually leave the clan while the females stay in the natal clan.
Cape fur seals are the most commonly appearing seal species in Namibia, and they are the only species of seals actually native there. Their fur is brown or occasionally gray. Male fur seals are much larger than female fur seals, being 2.5 meters long, while the females are only 1.6 meters long. Cape fur seals feed on a large variety of sea life, including small fish, sharks, rays, squid, and octopi. In the early 1900s, Cape fur seals numbered about 5 million individuals in and around Namibia, but commercial hunting has cut their numbers to around 2 million individuals as of 2015.
The fringed-eared oryx is a subspecies that is nearly extinct in all of East Africa, but ironically it is a must-have in nearly every zoo. They were originally grouped as a species of Gibbsbok, even though they are their own species. They have large pointed horns that are present in both genders to protect themselves against predation. They were hunted nearly to extinction because of this, but due to conservative efforts, they have effectively been brought back to stable conditions, and you will not have to be admired from behind the glass, but in the wild, surviving.
The hippopotamus is rarely seen in the Namib Desert because they are mainly found near the watering holes. Even though we don't see them that often, there are said to be thousands of hippos in this desert alone. Because hippos spend so much time in the water, they are referred to as semi-aquatic animals. There are 2 types of hippopotamus, the pygmy hippo and the common hippo. Pygmy hippos can reproduce on land or water, but the common hippo can only reproduce in the water. There is evidence that multiple species have gone extinct because of poachers that want their ivory teeth. Hippos tend to be very territorial and aggressive in the water, but are less aggressive on land.
The reward challenge for Survivor Namibia is the cactus cut. Each team sets up in front of a cluster of cacti and must race to cut open them and get as much water as they can from the cacti. The team with the most water after 10 minutes wins. Each team is allowed to keep the water that they were able to get from the cacti, and the winning team receives the following: a portable tent, tribal immunity in the next tribal council, and a pizza dinner while they watch the other tribes in the tribal council.
Some ecological concerns in the desert is pollution that disrupts sensitive habitats, and elephants are being hunted for their tusks, and global warming creating more droughts, and the desert being used for mining.
And future conservation efforts include some companies have modified how they mine to reduce the pollution. Conservation centers are trying their best to save the plants and animals by spreading awareness about the endangered species. People educating near the Namib Desert about pollution, animals, plants, and the droughts. Plus, a military strike team is hunting down poachers to try to stop them from poaching elephants.
One source of natural renewable energy that will keep the contestants warm or cook their food is the sun.
Contestants can take shelter under thorn umbrella acacia trees or use the parts of the trees as shelter from the sun. Even if they do take down the trees, we will replant 3 times as many trees as the contestants chop down to preserve these trees in the wild. Instead of killing animals that are already native to the desert, the contestants will hunt the animals that the show has bred for this season of Survivor. Contestants will defend themselves against animal attacks with the pocket knife provided or any skills they have learned so far in their experience in Survivor Namibia.
The things that the contestants will take on their journey for Survivor is a rope, pocket knife, extra clothes, pots and pans, bottled water, dried food, sunglasses, gloves, and sleeping bags. Some of the edible plants in the deserts are the prickly pear plant, fruits, nuts, and seeds, and some animals that can be killed and eaten are the seals, hyenas, oryx, insects, lizards, rodents, snakes, and frogs.
Yo, I'm Hui, and my vast knowledge of Pokemon will help me through this survival journey. See? Geodude, use Rock Throw!
Can't see me. I'm hiding behind this cactus. And I have pro ninja skills. And I can dodge everything.
I think I'm gonna win this competition because I can disguise myself as anything. A post, a tree, and a rock.
Yo, this is a cactus, right? Yeah, this is cactus. I'm bringing you with me.
Yo, I'm Minhui.
No.
This is the Warhammer Spring 2017 Championship, right?
No, I'm sorry to say, but this is Survivor.
Oh. Okay. I'm not supposed to be here.
Okay, where similar locations are based on their biome, check. Climate expectations the catch should expect, check.